Hey, Bashak, nice to have you here today at the CluedInsight event. And as we've already talked about this throughout the last couple of weeks when we're preparing our session, how to run a successful MDM program, for today, we have really brought some tangible results and some very interesting scenarios from your project work at PwC. And before we dive into the details and the content of our session and what we want to provide people from today's session as some tangible takeaways, maybe we start there and you please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you, Sarah. So, thanks a lot for having me this wonderful event. First of all, it's really, really exciting to share my experience with everyone here. So, I'm Başak. I've been working with data for over 7 years in different industries, right? And had a bachelor in industrial engineering. Started my career as an IT auditor actually, and had a chance to work with several financial services clients, audited their IT business processes, and then I switched to advisory for over 3 years at PwC, and focusing more on data governance, master data management, which is the reason why I'm here today, right? I believe these are not, like this data governance and master data management. These are not nice to have, but really must to have for all the organizations, as we know. And obviously, working with different clients over the 7 years, that helped me to understand what's really the need in the market, right? What our clients are needing, what are the key pain points, how we can solve that. And today, I want to really share my insights on my experience, the best practices on that. What are the key pain points, how we can approach that, and what are the key takeaways for successful master data management implementation. We had good experience on that, also together with you, right? So very excited to share my insights with everyone.
Thank you, Bashak. Great to have you. And I'm very much pleased really to, also tie into these experiences that you bring from your clients and your projects. Really appreciate also how you phrased it, that we saw a shift in the industry, in the market, from this being nice to have, and it might be something that the IT teams are talking about, to actually something that becomes much more an impediment to
Yeah.
success. And I mean, we heard it now from all the analysts as well, including PwC's case studies, referring to this being also a foundation to make AI a success. And of course, AI, I mean, is the topic these days, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
um, what brings us together? Maybe we start about the partnership of PwC and CluedIn. How do you see this unfolding, and maybe also what are the unique benefits that from a PwC point of view that you see in this?
hmm Okay. I mean, yeah, it actually started 1.5 years ago, right? It was a great journey, I must say. So how can I start? So since I started at PwC, I've seen that AI is a big part of all the projects, right? So, and that brings some challenges when it comes to unstructured data. In obviously, right? So in some projects, we created custom AI models for our clients. And obviously, it took very, very long time. And with the open AI advancements and its integration with the MDM solutions, everything got easier. Like our life has changed basically with AI, right? Um,
It does.
let me give an example on that. We worked with a client, we developed a AI model for them, and it was about product data harmonization.
Mhm.
It took 1.5 years, and we want to do the same exercise after 1.5 years, since we have AI features in MDM tools. We leverage this data harmonization function of MDM solution with the AI rules. And we got the same success result, same success rate within 2 weeks. So it basically
One and a half
shows the
years, which is what, 70, 80 weeks down to two.
exactly. So
Wow,
exactly.
incredible.
that was a great success, right? And we saw that. I mean, it really game changer. So adding
Yes.
AI features to master data management tool really changed the game in the market completely. And the clients are very eager to, discover more use cases. And we step in there because we have the experience. We can really tell them what AI can make it, how AI can make a difference, right? So we share our experiences, we share the main pain points in the market with them. So we do it together. But there is a customer demand, right? So I must say that with the feedback or the demand from our clients, this partnership started. And the market demand encouraged us to find solutions for the client changes. Client challenges. The demand we received from our client wasn't just general demand for AI. It was specifically for CluedIn. They wanted to see the functions of CluedIn, and that was like really the starting point. But not just that, being a preferred partner of Microsoft helped us also to decide this partnership with CluedIn. So basically, these key points, I will say, we follow the needs, the demand of our clients, and we established this partnership. And I must say that in 1.5 years, we really had great engagement with the clients, with CluedIn, with your support as well. So that was a good 1.5 years. And I mean, I think we're discovering together, we're doing great.
We're just getting started. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
also very curious about the next 1.5, 3, 4, 5 years ahead. To your point, this is a topic the market is significantly requesting and want to benefit from those technological advancements, from those significant accelerations and shifts in terms of automation that you are referring to. So yeah, I'm also very curious and thankful for the partnership likewise. I mean, now that you've already mentioned that there are those fundamental shifts that actually suddenly make ABDM almost a different game, a different type of project and engagement, what would you say differentiates this more modern master data management to the more traditional approach? And maybe you can go a little bit deeper in that.
Yeah, good question. I mean, master data management has been around for a long time, right? It's not a new thing. But now, when we look at the modern master data management, what we can do with that, or what's the difference? I think to understand, we need to talk about traditional master data management first. How was it? I mean, so it was often manual integration, manual data cleansing, right? And also the implementation of a tool needed longer time than now. So, and also from governance perspective, it was more centralized with the predefined rules and policies, right? And that was like, I would say, less adaptable to change. And in this today's world, you need to be really adaptable to any change in the technology. And then maybe the last thing, comes to my mind is that traditional MDM only allows you to manage unstructured data, which is
Structured.
completely opposite. Sorry, structured data.
Structured data, exactly. Yeah.
And it actually limits the potential of the use cases with the unstructured data, right? Because with the unstructured data, let's say you're working on a supplier data, right? And you get the data in a PDF or even in a picture, and you're storing that. But you need that data in your project because it's the input of your project. But if you can't extract that information and embed it to your project, there will be no value out of this PDF or picture. So it's
it
quite
only has
important.
half side of the truth then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is also one of the challenge we faced recently with one of our clients. So this is how traditional master data management is, right? But when we look at the modern master data management, it utilizes cloud-based solutions, right? And it has flexible architecture, like microservices, which enables easier scalability, easier integration, which are the two things quite important for our clients: how scalable, how good integration is, right?
Of course, in PwC, large clients, large corporates, very complex worldwide business structures. Huh?
Exactly. So I must say also, like as I said before, it is possible to manage structured data, unstructured data, even the transactional data with modern MDM. So it is possible to process and consume the data also in real time. For example, real time master data management, right? Let's say you have your data in the Power BI dashboards and you're managing your processes. And when you make any change in your master data processes, it will automatically trigger your dashboard, right? This is a huge benefit for our clients as well, I would say. And it helps,
Of course.
For a dynamic reporting and analytics in the downstream applications. So what we also experience with the modern master data management is the quicker and simplified implementation. This was definitely a kind of a game changer because,
time to value. I mean, how often we did companies here complain about this is yeah, it's outrageous.
Exactly. And like they don't want to invest for 1 year implementation, right? They want to make it quick and they want to start quick. From from our experience, the recent implementation took 1.5 months or 2 months to implement a modern master data management solution. That was like super quick, and so customer happy, and obviously business happy, right? Maybe one of the most important thing is also cost. It is always one of the most important factor for our clients, right? And based on what we observed, mostly our clients prefer to pay as you go option to see how much they use the tool, if the annual license is needed or not, right? And it really helps to control the cost for different size organizations. That's really, really fundamental for their decision. Another advantage of MDM, modern MDM, is obviously AI capabilities. We will talk about this AI capabilities a lot, I would say, which comes along with the modern MDM tools, right? With AI integration, you can identify data quality issues. I mean, the most important thing I would say is AI gives you the initial idea of what data quality issues you have. You don't have to be the master. You don't have to be the master of your data set. It shows you automatically, these are the data validation rules that you need to focus. These are the data quality issues. This is your data set, aware of your data set, and you can even create the rules with the Copilot, with the AI integration of your tool, right? This is a really game changer. So and it also helps to onboard a new team members, right? It's super short, right? So yeah, I would say these are important, and also this is something that used to take a long time, right, to onboard a new team member. And this was also another topic recently that we talked with our clients when we do this MDM implementation. They were really appreciated how modern MDM solutions are easy, user-friendly. So I will say these are the main points when we consider position of modern MDM. Now, if we move to the next part, which is like how this modern MDM help to solve client challenges. So this the recent MDM implementation project where we applied some use cases. For example, like data profiling, we profile the data, we clean the data, create the golden record, even we enrich the data. And we worked on the customer and vendor data, which was actually coming from different data sources. In this project, the client was struggling with inconsistent data in their systems, right? And this was unfortunately leading to unreliable reporting and analytics. And it took a long time to onboard a new team member because, they were changing the team and everything was manual, right? And it was taking like sometimes weeks and more months to onboard the new team member. Also, integrating the data sources and finding the duplicate recourse was a huge challenge. And with the modern master data management tool, or with that, we implemented this solution in just 1.5 months. We tackle data quality issues by using AI, co-pilots, and also the solutions profiling capabilities helped us. And after applying these use cases, it took only 1 or 2 weeks to train the key stakeholders. It was like really incredible because we spent 3 months for this implementation in total and applying these use cases. And after 1 or 2 weeks, stakeholders were able to apply similar things or same exercise basically by themselves.
Strong learning curve.
Super easy.
Yes.
So I can only say that modern MDM solutions truly make a big difference in this client's needs, and we really appreciate that.
I mean, where should I start? I think when we go this, just quickly summarizing from the end towards the beginning of how you described this, one of the things I definitely want to highlight is the human and the people touch to this, right? Of course, master data management and how to run a successful program in what we talk about here in this session, needless to say, goes about technology, goes about processes. But we never want to forget that all of this at the end of the day is managed, operated, governed by people. Well, in nowadays times, we of course talk also the soon future about AI agents, which will further enhance the human capabilities. Nonetheless, there will be human in the loop who govern and own and manage business processes and business data. And to your point, how quickly we can onboard them, how happy they are, the ease of use goes a long way in really making this next to all the technological advancements what you mentioned and Lloyd laid out there big opportunity.
Yeah, definitely agree. I mean, this was the game changer for us, so very happy about that. Yeah.
Great. And just one aspect that I also wanted to point out, which to your point, when we speak about then, often we hear how do we convince the management teams, the business, that now with modern MDM, it's different. Maybe some companies have already faced this pain point of not having a successful project once, twice, 3, 4 times. To a point, MDM is around since more than 30 years. They maybe have already done some, how do they say, burned their fingers with MDM. But now, with modern MDM, we also see some of those modern cloud moves of consumption-based pricing and trying to really make it easy and not such a huge financial risk by financial commitments to those large projects without seeing any returns for months or even years.
Agree. Yeah, agree.
Well, I guess that brings us to a question that we really wanted to take into this session to sum it up well, and also to give some takeaways to the audience. From your PwC point of view, what's important when selecting the right MDM partner, and maybe what are some of the aspects to look out for when going for an MDM project and a solution?
Yeah, I mean, so when we dive into selecting partners for MDM project, there are few points that we need to consider. When we talk about partners like PwC, the first thing you should consider is obviously the experience, right? You want a partner who not just a newcomer, like having some experience, but somebody who has been in the market, have some experience, significant time. And it's really important to know how many industries they've worked with and the depth of their experience in various domains, which master data domains they have mostly experience. And when it comes to choosing MDM vendor, I would say two things are outstanding: innovation and experience again. So these are the two sides of the same coin, I would say. So you want a vendor who is at the forefront of technology, especially in today's world, right? That's becoming more and more AI driven, and competitors are evolving. So having a partner who can offer quick and effective support makes the change, right? Because when you're in a project, you can, I mean, your service can be down. You can need, I don't know, a business rule to be customized for you. You need customized workflows. Getting the quick support from the vendor is the most important thing, one of the most important things. So your vendor should be there. Now, moving, to the second part of the question, which is what's the important things for when it comes to selecting an MDM solution? We can highlight, I think, 5 main dimensions, because based on our experience, these are the main points coming from our clients, right? I think it's quite important. First one is user experience. We talk about that in the previous questions, right? User experience. How easy to onboard a new team member? How easy to use the tool? Low code, no code environment. This is the key, right? Because its turnover rate is high, right? So one will come
Absolutely.
and then there will be backup, yes, but you need to speed up very in a short time. So it's important.
And war for talent is there.
Exactly. So the solution should be intuitive and easy for users to get started. And the second one is scalability. We also talk about that, right? You should start with one domain at a time. This is quite important. And you need to know where you're going to, right? You need to have an ultimate goal. When you govern your data, when you start with the project, but scalability function should be there always. So how easy to scale, how easy to grow, expand your solution as needed. This really helps to organizations to effectively continue. The third one is integration. This is also one of the most important things, right? How easy to integrate smoothly with your existing systems and also future systems that you would like to integrate. This really enhances the efficiency of your master data processes. Next one is implementation. We also talk about that. Quite important. You want a solution that is like straightforward to set up, easy to set up, simpler implementation, right? Quicker path to realize the value, achieve your objectives. Ease of implementation is the point. Last but not least, we also talk about that is the cost. How flexible the vendor, the tool, when it comes to pricing. What are the pricing options? Right? It has a big impact on my budget because I wanna see the value first, and then also in the long term, I don't want to start maybe with the annual pricing, annual license, right? Pay as you go function, and then I saw the value, then I can continue with the license. So obviously there are so many other factors to consider, but I will say when it comes to choosing an
That's
MDM
based
solution,
on your experience, the core
exactly.
priorities.
These are the most significant ones, I will say.
Yeah. And I mean, it's both in terms of integration, in terms of implementation, in terms of cost and pricing. One word that stands out to me and which I want to highlight as well in this context also of those aspects is flexibility. I took a note down on this also. It's like, it's not just about how quick or how cheap or how easy or challenging to integrate, But like to your point, is it flexible for eventual future needs, for future adoption, growth? There might be changes to the business. I mean, a scenario that now after some sort of COVID market recalibration and markets taking upwards shifts again, is we see also a lot of mergers and acquisitions in the market, like bringing a lot of divestitures. All of this obviously can have a big impact to MDM. So flexibility for those future different changes and requirements, is key.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you have to also see what's coming feature of the tool, right? You shouldn't just check the existing features. Maybe it's good now, but you have to see what's coming. So at the moment, AI agents are quite important, right? So you have to check where they are on that coming technologies, right? So I would say, yeah, agree. Flexibility is important. Where they are in the coming technology or requirements. Really good. Yeah.
Wow. What a great session. Many thanks, Bashak. Lots of insights. I hope the audience could pick up on some of those tangible suggestions and can take away some of the guidance here from PwC and from your project experience. Really pleased for our partnership. Very much looking forward to our next steps together. And thanks once again for a great session.
I mean, thanks a lot for giving me this chance to share my experience with everyone.